Hello and welcome back to the episode 3 of Create Astros. If you remember last time, we made this economy crasher here behind me, which automates diamonds, netherite, iron, gold, and everything else we'll ever need. So we are infinitely rich now, as well as that XP and auto enchanting factory over there behind me. Now, I've also done quite a bit of just general maintenance and building around my base off camera, which I'll show off soon, but there are more important things to get to in this video. What I am doing for this episode though is I'm going to automate golden apples and live off that forever because my food supply is very scarce. This single piece of bread and 30 golden apples, it was all I had. So now I've got some grilled cheese and cooked bananas. So how are we going to do this, you may be asking? I'm actually going to be putting some slaves to work, villagers in very comfortable housing environments. And I think I've got them in here actually. 7 auto traders, 2 more villagers, so I do need to breed some more villagers. Or actually, I'll just take them out of this temporary island. So I'll take the villagers out of these guys and set them up back here. Now what I'm going to do is set up some kind of stock ticker thing, stock link, what are they called? Oh, factory gauge. I'm going to set up a factory gauge thing that sends emeralds to this thing. I don't even know. It sends emeralds, and then the emeralds trade with farmers, and they make apples. It automates apples, so I don't need to make a tree farm and worry about having tons of wood that I don't need. So I'll have a factory gauge that tries to maintain a stack of emeralds in every villager thing, and then that's going to go into a buffer vault, I guess. And then I'm going to have some more frog ports sending gold over to some mechanical crafters, and then that is going to craft into golden apples into a vault or two, and then we're going to have infinite golden apples to live off of forever. So that combined with the armor that I'm going to be making myself, I will be pretty much unkillable. Let's figure out how we're gonna do this. I think first I'm gonna build the buffer vault for all the apples, which is gonna be like a stack in a half maybe. So 3 stacks of iron, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. Okay, that's a max size vault. Definitely overkill for some apples. Well, we should be fine. It's not really a big deal if these things get backed up. Now, why do I need smart shoots? Hold on, let me go into creative and test if shoots will just take out any random old item out of auto traders. Cool, he's only taken apples out, so I don't need smart shoots for that. Alright, let's grab 7 shoots instead of 7 smart shoots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's wrong. Oh, it's missing one on the side. I could totally just remove it, but then I don't have as much storage. Whatever. I'm not a stupid head. I don't care about measly stuff like this. Sit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh right, I made 8 shoots. I only needed 7. Okay, let's go get some villagers. I'm hoping these guys change their professions when I put in a composter. They frickin' better, otherwise it's the mace to the skull for them. Oh, he did change his profession. Let's go. I need to level them up for apples. This guy is not. Oh my god, I have to... Beetroot! We have to get beetroot. It should be more beetroot. And more beetroot. Okay, so I need like 60 a stack of beetroot. Alright, how many guys can we upgrade with that? Input. Uh-oh. Are you gonna level up or what? Or do I have... Oh my god. That's... I have a feeling this is going to be annoying and annoying. Boom. this doesn't give me all the beetroot I need, I'm probably gonna just start trying. Alright, did indeed take me a while, and I've killed about... let's see actually. I've killed 13 villages making this thing. Because I couldn't reset the trades or anything with this block. If I took them out, they just lose their job entirely. I put them back in, I can't interact and reset the trades with the reset trade button. And the only way to reset the trades is by killing them and getting a completely new villager. Anyway, now we've got these guys set up. All of them are set to trade 1 emerald per apple. Something I'm wondering is if factory gauges will work reading the inventory of an auto trader. Send items to Emerald Inn. Is that gonna... oh. Oh, it worked. I did not expect that to work straight away at all. So, good. We need to recreate this setup on all of every single one of the auto traders. Which shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, we're just gonna move this down to the bottom so that we can have them next to each other. And then number them too, I guess. But that's already made a stack of apples. Alright, back in here, that means we need 7 packages, 7 front ports, and a whole bunch of chains. Industrial iron and girders and whatever. So I'm going to put these chain conveyors down first. Set these chain conveyors up there, and how far away is that to? There. Alright, now the chain conveyors are set up. Now I need 7 packages and 7 frog people. Alright, so let's put the packages all on the back. Okay, let's see, this can be GP for golden. Where did I get the P from? GA for golden apple. Emerald in 1. GA emerald in 2. GA emerald in 3. GA emerald. Okay, and now that is the apple part of this farm completely automated. Give me a bit to craft a bunch of mechanical crafters, and then we're gonna set up the gold section of this. Alright, so I've set up pretty much all the infrastructure except for the exporting bit, which actually now that I think about it I should do first before the factory gauges. So now the storage network is reading everything in this vault now, which is perfect. Now we just have to get things set up to redirect into it, which I guess easiest is to just get started with this barrel here. So this is going to be golden apple out 1, and actually only send packages. And now I need 6 signs and 5 more of those. Alright, just like before, link him to the network, put him on, filter for gold ingots, and we want 8 because there's only 8 slots available for it, and then send that to gold in 4. Let's see, should be in some gold coming around any second now. Come all the way around. There we go, look, it's automatically filled up the entire crafter. So, which is amazing. I didn't expect it to do that when I tested this. So now we just gotta do the same on every single one of them. Alright, so that took me longer than I'd like to admit to figure out, but we do have these things automated now. So it turns out I don't need stock links under these, but I'm not going to touch them because I can't be bothered. However, for some reason, these things order 8 at a time, but it only sends 4, and then it gets stuck and it doesn't order anymore. This thing is about much slower than I wanted it to, because I've had to change in the settings of the factory gauges to reset the order every 30 seconds so that it automatically orders it again. Which is very annoying because it's very slow, and I mean this is the only farm so far that I have to actually AFK for. I like my farms that I build to be so efficient that I never have to AFK for them. And it's only made me 3,000 golden apples. I mean, in that time I've been AFK, my iron has reached over 100,000, and my diamonds went up by like 4,000. At least it works. I've got as much golden apples as I want, and if I'm ever low, I'll just AFK while I'm having lunch or something. Now, next farm I'm gonna build quite an important farm. I don't want to live on this planet anymore, and no, I'm not killing myself. I want to go to Mars. I don't want to stay on this luscious, lively utopia anymore. I want to go live on a desolate rock with no life whatsoever, constant sandstorms and bipolar temperature. Let me hop into the creative world and show you guys what I've designed for that. Okay, so you know how going to another planet requires a rocket, and using that rocket requires lots of fuel? Well, I've kind of solved that problem. This here is a rocket fuel farm, specifically liquid hydrocarbons, because, I mean, I'm not sure that's the best fuel in the game. It's one of the only fuels that actually has a recipe, and it's a pretty damn big recipe, so I'm guessing it's really good. The JI or anything doesn't actually tell me how good these fuels are, so I'm just kind of hoping for the best, but I press F3G, like the economy crasher, you'll see that this is all one chunk, which caused a bit of problems for me, especially in the final area over here. You can see it's very cramped where the hydrocarbons are actually made, but from the short time that I had it on after I completely finished it and was taking screenshots, it's made 97 buckets of hydrocarbon. That's a pretty good amount, I think. I'm not sure. I can add upgrades to the rocket so it doesn't use as much, which I'm definitely going to do, but let me give you guys a little bit of a walkthrough here. Where all of it begins is some basalt generators. They go into this buffer vault, and by the way, every buffer vault has one of these voiding items instead of, you know, clutches. So if it gets to a certain amount, which this one is going to soon, it'll turn off this chute and empty it about 20 stacks until, you know, it's below until it's at the amount it wants, and then it'll turn back off, and then wait until it's filled up again. So same with every single vault here. The basalt gets crushed down by 2 crushing wheel setups into salt, and then the salt goes in this vault, gets lava spouted on it and turned into sodium catalysts, because I can't, it's not possible to automate just sodium gas without actually going to Mars first. So I'm sure once I'm actually on Mars, I'll be able to design a much more efficient version of this farm. So anyway, that's the first third of hydrocarbon production. Yeah, I guess water is part of it, but that's right there, that's all it is. Next part is carbon gas, and the carbon gas is made from these coal farms over here. They make iron and stuff, but I don't need that. I've already got the economy crasher that just gets voided and destroyed. Coal goes into this vault, which, I mean, actually, I guess they're silos, but they're just vertical vaults. And then they go into this basin, which is heated with lava, because these blaze burners have straws, which I've figured out now, which is very useful, instead of, you know, mechanical arms. And so it makes carbon gas, and then the gas gets put in this tank, which fills up very quickly, but it's okay because this thing, like I said, voids any extra coal, so it's never going to get backed up. Yeah, then the carbon gas just goes in here as the second part of the hydrocarbons production. Now, to do that, we actually need a superheated blaze burner, which I've done with North Star's biofuel recipe, which is the space mod, by the way. This is a bit of an annoying recipe. It's not the fastest, so it's probably gonna run out eventually, but that'll just slow down the production. I mean, from what it's made at the start, we've already got more than enough. To make biofuel, we need dried kelp and bone meal in a heated blaze burner being compacted. Over here, we've got cobblestone to gravel to sand sifted into bone meal. I mean, just bones. Then it gets milled into bone meal. Also white dye, but that just gets destroyed. And then all the bone meal goes into this vault here. And next to it is, if we go up here, a kelp farm, which is, you know, as big as I could fit inside the chunk. And look, it's already deloading. Pretty efficient. I mean, it's probably way too big. I don't think the kelp is ever going to grow up past like 4 blocks, but you know, I'm not changing it now. I've rebuilt this biofuel thing like 3 times. But when this offloads into this portable storage interface, some chutes carry it down into a little buffer vault, and then it gets cooked into dried kelp and put into this buffer vault here. And then the bone meal and the kelp get pulled out and put into this basin like you just saw there, and they're very constant actually right now. Turned into biofuel, and then this pipe here brings it up and into this tank. And then finally, this tank has biofuel pulled out, put into this blaze burner, and that actually begins the hydrocarbon production. Now, it's a bit of a mess to look at because again, it's in one chunk. I didn't have much space to work with, but I'm glad I managed to make it fit and look kind of neat, I guess, aside from the piping. Now, the only clutch that can actually be powered is this one here at the beginning of all the power, but that will only turn on if the hydrocarbons tank is full minus like 10 buckets, which will take a long time. I'm gonna grab a schematic of this, and doubt there's gonna be a time lapse because the sophisticated storage blocks that I have in my base corrupt replays. You might get a free cam one though, because pretty sure the schematic and speed has been updated, but we'll see. Alright, now I'm gonna get this pasted into the world, and then I'll see you when it's done. Okay, so the farm's finished, and after it finished, I did a bit of building in preparation of my rocket. So I built this launch pad. It's been a while since I actually had a close-up look, not in person, but you know, I looked at close-up photos of actual launch pads. But I know they've got these like vent things for the rocket fumes while it's launching to go underneath the platform and then be redirected out the side of the hill or something. I didn't build it to actually go out the side because the particles from the rocket don't work that way. I just extended it a block extra for a bit of immersion maybe, I don't know. And then next to it is one of those towers that they climb to actually be able to reach the cockpit. I didn't bother putting an elevator in because it would look ugly with all the wiring, so I just put stairs. And I mean, if you're looking at this tower, it already looks kind of ugly enough. So the idea is that we climb up here, and then around this area is the actual, you know, entrance to the rocket. Probably gonna have to lower it a few levels because I've already designed the rocket and I'm not sure how tall it is. And now in all that time it took me to build that, the hydrocarbons farm has made over half of the tank. The tank is almost full. That's 600 and almost 70,000 out of a million miller buckets, so 666 buckets. I don't know if that's going to be enough to completely fill the rocket as I've designed it, so if we want it filled all the way, we might have to like empty the tank and then leave it for a bit. Now the next thing we do need to build for the rocket itself, to make it, I need a lot of titanium. Titanium is very expensive. Here's the recipe for a titanium ingot. We need to spout lava on a sturdy sheet, press it, spout titanium tetrachloride, press it again, and then spout water. Sturdy sheets are fine. We can automate those. That's easy. It's simple, and we can make a lot of them. But the titanium tetrachloride is where the problems come in. Not only do we need to automate zinc, gravel farm to sifting, compacting into ingots, but then we need to do sodium catalyst again, which means another basalt farm like these 3 volts here. But we also need rutile concrete, or concentrate. I don't know, I keep reading that as concrete. It means a limestone farm. And then we need another carbon gas farm. And then on top of all that, it needs to be superheated to another biofuel. So it's safe to say this is going to be a very big farm, but that's going to have to be it for this episode. If I continue on with any of these plans that I've got, the video is going to go on forever, and I don't want to do that. But next time we'll definitely build the titanium farm and then see if we can get any progress done on actually constructing our rocket. If not, then we'll just be automating titanium and anything else we need to get that thing built. But if you like the video, make sure to subscribe, like, all that, and I'll see you next time.